पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। In Panchikaranam, Anandagiri ji's Tika, page number 435. Third line, which is the new paragraph. So today's topic is, first part will be mainly this Panchikaranam process. Nanu bhutatraya srishti shrutau brahmanah सच्छब्दितस्य अद्वितीयत्व सिद्ध्यर्थम सृष्टि परिपूर्तये च भूतद्वयम् अश्रुतम् अपि श्रुत्यन्तरम् आश्रित्य गुणोपसंहार न्यायेन उपसंहर्तव्यम्. Purvapakshi is making an argument that in Chandogya Upanishad, the three Mahabhutas are mentioned. Bhutatraya Srishti is given. And in Chandogya, Brahma is referred by Sat Shabda. Sadeva Somya Idam Agra Asid Ekameva Dvitiyam. So Sat Shabda is referring to Brahma. Bhutataya Srishti Srutau Brahmanaha Sat Shabditasya Advitiyatva Siddhyartham. So Purvapaksha argument is only this much, that in that only three Mahabhutas are mentioned. Why you are discussing five? So now Siddhanti explains, Sat Shabditasya Brahmanaha Advitiyatva Siddhyartham. That Brahma is referred in Chandogya Upanishad as Ekam Eva Advitiyam. If it is Advitiyam, you cannot say there are three Mahabhutas. And Akasha is different, Vayu is different, both of them are not Utpannam from Brahma. If Akasha is different, Vayu is different, they are independent. And then the entire Srishti is from Brahma. Then there is no Advitiyatvam of that Brahma, because you have some other entities like Akasha, Vayu, etc. So Advitiyatva Siddhyartham Srishti Paripurtaye cha. And creation is not complete without Akasha, Vayu, etc. You need space, air as part of creation. Only then creation is complete. So you cannot ignore these two. At the same time, you cannot say they are independently existing. They have to be part of creation originated from Brahma. Srishti Paripurtaye cha Bhutadvayam, the two Mahabhutas, Ashrutamapi, even if they are not mentioned in the Upanishad, Shrutyantaram Ashritya, you have to take support of another Shruti. Another Shruti means Taittiriya Upanishad. Taking support of Taittiriya Upanishad, what you have to do? Gunopasamhara Nyayena Upasamhartavyam. That Upasamhara you should do. This is the Brahma Sutra 331. Gunopasamhara Nyaya. So what is Gunopasamhara? Drishtanta you understand. Let us say Saguna Ishvara, Saguna Brahma. We understand in different forms as Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Devi, etc. So if Krishna is described as Madhura, is Madhuradipati. So that is one guna of Krishna. And Rama is mentioned as Parakrama, with bow and arrow, Rakshasa Samhara, ityadi. And Shiva is Rudra Swarupa, Sarva Samhara, destroyer of all. Gunopasamhara Nyaya says, in Ishvara, you have to add everything. He is Madhura also, he is Parakrami also, he is Sarva Samharaka also. He is destroyer of all. Everything you have to add. Even if something is mentioned somewhere. Like this, in Upanishads, they say, when you are doing Saguna Brahma Upasana. So in one Upanishad, if that Saguna Brahma is mentioned having few qualities, let us say he is Dharma Setu, somewhere it is said, means Dharma Rakshaka, he is the protector of the Dharma. Somewhere it is said he is the Karma Phala Data. So when I am doing Upasana, I should not do Upasana as he is only Dharma Setu but not Karma Phala Data. He is both. I have to include both gunas. Their Upasamhara means adding everything together. This is required when I do Upasana. And another classic example for this is in Purana, how we understand Brahma is creator, Vishnu is sustainer, and Shiva is destroyer. But in Upanishad, one Ishvara alone is Utpatti, Sthiti, Laya, Karanam. So we don't need three separate. They are only names given for one Upadhi each. But all Guna Upasamhara should be done. Like that, in one Upanishad, if three Mahabhutas are given and Trivrat Karanam is given, and in another Upanishad, five Mahabhutas are given, but Panchikaranam is not given, you do Upasamhara. And you add the two and come out with five Mahabhutas and Panchikaranam. So Gunopasamhara Nyayena Upasamhartavyam. This Gunopasamhara Nyaya, you remember and you see 331. So Brahma Sutra, Tritiya Adhyaya, Tritiya Pada is, I think, one of the biggest and has this topic discussed. Trivrit Karana Shrutautu. Purvapakshi is asking a question there. Trivrutkara Shrutau tu Panchikarana Upalakshane na Karanam Asti iti chet. In Trivrutkara Shruti, that need not be Upalakshana for Panchikarana Shruti. Panchikarana Upalakshane Karanam na Asti. Means this Trivrutkara Shruti is not Upalakshana for Panchikaranam. Iti chet. This is the question. Answer is no, that is not true. Chandogye Bhuta Panchaka Srishti Vivakshayam. In Chandogya Upanishad, Bhuta Panchaka, the five Panchamahabhutas, their creation is talked about. Srishti Vivakshayam. Punaha Trivrit Karana Vyapadeshasya. So this Srishti Vivaksha in Chandogya is not 3 but 5. That is what Anandagiri ji says. Chandogya Bhuta Panchaka Srishti Vivaksha is there. Means, even though 3 are mentioned, Akasha Vayu you cannot ignore, because otherwise Brahma will not be Advitiya. And they are there, they are experienced, Akasha and Vayu. So, Bhuta Panchaka Srishti Vivakshayam Punaha Trivrit Karana Vyapadesha. And thereafter, just mentioning only Trivrit Karana will not be appropriate. Why? Parisankhyaarthatve Prakarana Virodha Prasangat. Parisankhya here, pari means Varjanam, to eliminate. Panini Sutra will be given later in Tika. Parisankhyaarthatve Prakarana Virodha Prasangat. There will be Prakarana Virodha. What will be the Prakarana Virodha? That you want to talk about 5 Mahabhuta and all you are doing is talking about Trivrit Karana. So that Trivrit Karana also you should understand as Upalakshana for Panchikaranam. Now, Tika. Line number 11. Tu Shabda Shuchitam Vaishamyam Upapadayati Brahmana iti. Nanu Bhutatraya, in that Trivrit Karana Shrutau tu, that tu is given, it is showing Vaishamyam. Means there are 2 people doing discussion, arguments. How? Let us see. Sadeva Soumya Idamagras. That's why I said Nanu, even though it starts as Purvapaksha, but that Vakya is actually, or you can say Purvapaksha is okay with Guna Aposamhara. That instead of 3 Mahabhuta, you take 5 Mahabhuta. Purvapaksha is okay with that. But he says, Trivrit Karana should not be Upalakshana for Panchikarana. Because they will have to, anybody will have to accept that there is Akasha and there is Vayu. You can't deny that. And if you have to accept these 2 Mahabhuta, and if you don't accept that they have originated from Brahma, then Brahma will not be Advitiya. So 5 Mahabhutas you accept. But why Panchikarana? Means what he is saying, Akasha is as is, Apanchikrita. Vayu is Apanchikrita. And the other 3 have undergone Trivrit Karana. This is his proposal. Tu Shabda Suchitam Vaishamyam Upapadayati Brahmana iti. Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asit iti Arabhya. Tat Satyam Sa Atma Tattvamasi iti Upasamharat Sat Shabditam Brahma. Tasmad Brahmano Bhutadvaya Anutpattau na Advitiyata Tasya Siddhyet. So now this Tika is explaining whatever we already saw in brief. In Chandogya, creation begins with Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asi. Creation with teaching begins with that. And then Tat Satyam Sa Atma Tattvamasi. This is Upasamhara. Upakrama, Upasamhara. In Shadvidlinga Tatparya Nirnaya, this is the first linga, Upakramo Upasamhara. So Sat Shabditam is Brahma. Tasmad Brahmano Bhutadvaya Anutpattau. If you say from that Brahma, Bhutadvaya Utpatti is not there. Akasha and Vayu are not Utpanna from Brahma. Then Brahmanaha advitiyata na siddhyet. Tasya brahmanah advitiyata na siddhyet. Then Brahma will not be non-dual. It has to be non-dual. Therefore, Akasha and Vayu have to be utpannam from Brahma alone. कार्यकारणयोरभेदेन खलु अद्वितीयता उपपाद्यते एतदुक्तम अद्वितीयत्व सिद्ध्यर्थम इति. When it is said Brahma is Advitiya, then you are giving different names. There is one Akasha, there is one Vayu, there is Agni, Jala, Prithvi. So 5 elements you are describing. Where is Advitiya? So it is said Karya Karanayoho Abheda. Between cause and effect, there is oneness. Therefore, all effects are nothing but cause only. In that way, there is Advitiyatva Siddhi. Srishti Paripurtaye iti. Jagad antapatino Vayvakashayor Brahma Karyatvena Brahmano Jagat Srishti Paripuryate. If you accept Akasha and Vayu, Vayu Akashayoho Jagad Antapatinaha, they are within creation. If you accept that, Siddhanta is telling Purvapakshi, or they both are understanding this part. It is Brahma Karya, and therefore Brahmanaha Jagat Srishtihi Paripuryate. Then that creation is complete. Otherwise, the creation would be incomplete. Why? Because you have not accounted for these 2 elements which are seen in this creation. Jagat Srishtihi Paripuryate. Sakala Jagat Karanatva Pratipadaka Shruti Virodhat ityartha. That Shruti which says Brahma is Sakala Jagat Karanam. Brahma is Sakala Jagat Karanam. That Shruti and this idea that Akasha and Vayu are not created from Brahma, between them there will be Virodha. So on one hand you say everything is from Brahma, because you have said in Chandogya also and in other Upanishads also, by knowing Brahma, you will know all. Knower of Brahma becomes knower of all. Eka Vijnanena Sarva Vijnanam Bhavati. This is our Vedanta Pratignya. So Brahmajnaha is Sarvajnaha. But if Akasha and Vayu are not Karyam of Brahma, then Brahmajna will not be Sarvajna. Therefore, Sakala Jagat Karanatva Pratipadaka Shruti, if that Virodha is not there, for that sake we have to accept Akasha Vayu, they are Utpannam from Brahma. Okay. So you see the Vichara, there is so much Sukshmata, subtlety in the thinking. Chakaro hetu samuchayartha. That chakara, srishti paripurtaye cha. So advitiyatva siddhyartham, 1. Srishti paripurtaye cha. 2 hetus are given, for because of which bhutatraya srishti and the other 2 mahabhuta, they all have to be from Brahma only. Further now. Nanu Chandogye Bhutatrayasya eva utpatti shravanat. But he says in Chandogya only 3 bhutas are talked about. Ashruta bhuta panchaka kalpanam ayuktam. What is not said in Shruti, you should not do kalpana. It is called Shruta Hani, Ashruta Kalpana. These are the 2 doshas. If something is said in Shruti, I ignore that. And what is not said, I start going in that direction, I think in that direction. This is called Shruta Hani. What is said, you are ignoring. in Upanishad by is what my eyes report. This cloth, I am pataha pitaha. This cloth is yellow. So then my buddhi will start. No, 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 this is blue. So what my eyes have reported, what the Pramana has said, I am ignoring. And what the Pramana has not said, I am accepting. This is the dosha. Dosha dvaya. So he is, Purvapakshi is raising such ideas now. Shrutahani Ashruta Kalpana Prasangat. Iti ata aha. So to this Purvapakshi, now Siddhanti is going to say, Bhutadvayam Ashrutamapi, even though the other two Mahabhutas are not taught, you have to take it from other Shruti, other Upanishad. Gunopasamhara. How Sakala Shakha, he gives Purva Mimamsa Drishtanta. I gave you very simple Pauranic Drishtanta which we can understand. Very sthula Drishtanta also can be there. Huh? Like, sometimes they have a big shop, and then in that big shop they have some divisions. This part of that shop sells some items. Another part of the shop will sell some other items. Third part will sell some other items. When you have to pay the bill, everything will be accounted together. Upasamhara. Like that here also. Now he gives Purva Mimamsa Drishtanta. Sakala Shakha Pratyayam Ekam Karma iti Pratipadanat. If there is some karma which is given in all Shakha of some Veda or in different Vedas, but that karma is not elaborated how to do, kim bhavayet, katham bhavayet, iti kartavyata. All this elaboration is not there. But somewhere one part is mentioned, somewhere another part is mentioned, somewhere else third part is mentioned. Then in Purva Mimamsa, what they say, you combine everything and all that becomes one karma. That example is given here. That karma here they have taken Chaturhotra karma. Sakala Shakha Pratyayam Ekam Karma iti Pratipadanat. In all shakhas, it is only one karma. Ekasyam eva shakhayam Chaturhotra karma pratipatti asiddhe. In only one shakha, entire Chaturhotra karma is not given. Then what one has to do? Yatha Shakhantaram ashritya. You have to take support of another Veda shakha. And tad upasamhara. You have to bring ideas from other Vedas also. In the same way, tatha iha api, here also, shakhantaram ashritya bhutadvaya sargopasamhara. Here also taking the other two shakhas or other shakhas, and you have to bring bhutadvaya, the other mahabhutas, akasha, vayu, you have to bring them in. In other words, whatever is being done to account for Pancha Mahabhuta, even if there is seeming objection from Chandogya, there is a science, there is a principle by which this is done. This Gunopasamhara Nyaya, and it is not only we are using right now for our convenience. In Mimamsa it is also used, in Laukika also it is used. This is how we justify any decision that we have taken. And when we do this, Tatha cha na ashruta kalpana. So it is not ashruta kalpana. Why? Shakhantare shrutatvat. In another shakha, Taittiriya shakha, it is already talking about. Napi shrutahani. And also there is no shrutahani, that we are ignoring what is given in Chandogya. We are already taking what is said given in Chandogya. In the five elements, the three which are given in Chandogya are already included. So we are not disregarding. पंचक सर्गे अपि श्रुतस्य त्रिसर्गस्य अपरित्यागात् इत्यर्थः. In the creation of five, three are already included. पंचक सर्गे अपि श्रुतस्य त्रिसर्गस्य, the creation of three is not rejected, is also included. So the objections are refuted. There is no shrutahani, there is no ashruta kalpana doshas. Now ayam ashaya. Now he gives, okay, so what does all this mean? He again writes, Trivritkaranam tu sakshat shruyate. I think after this you will never have any doubt about these five elements, three elements, Chandogya, Taittiriya, Trivritkaranam is so elaborate. And this is how the acharyas take everything and they elaborate. Because the objective is there should not be any doubt about any subject. Samshaya viparyaya rahita jnanam should come. Because when it is said superficially, those who don't study much, they will never have doubt. Those who study only, they will have doubts. So they will be refuted when we study properly, clearly, thoroughly. Trivritkaranam to sakshat shruyate. Trivritkaranam is heard directly. Na panchikaranam tadrisha shrutyadi abhavat. Panchikaranam shruti is not there because it is not seen in Taittiriya Upanishad or anywhere else. Nanu सूक्ष्मयोः वायुनभसोर अव्यवहार्यत्वात् तदीय स्थौल्यस्य च भूतांतर अनुप्रवेशाभावे अभावात्. Akasha and Vayu, they are sukshma, they are subtler compared to the other three. If you put them together, Akasha and Vayu also will become sthula. Sthula means, Purvapakshi says, they will have rupa. See, Vayau rupam nasti. Akashe rupam nasti. In Akasha and Vayu, space and air, they don't have rupa form. Other three have rupa. So, if you combine them, they will have this rupa vyavahar also. Nanu sukshmayor vayu navasoho avyavaharyatvat tadiya staulyasya cha bhutantara anupravesha bhave. That sthaulya, sthulata, bhutantara anupravesha bhave abhavat vyavahar anyatha anupapatya panchikriti kalpyate iti chet. This Panchikaranam, you are doing kalpana. Why? Because स्थौल्यस्य च भूतांतर अनुप्रवेश अभावे. This sthulatva you don't want in Akasha Vayu. So, if that does not happen, then you cannot do vyavahara with Akasha Vayu. So, vyavahara anyatha anupapatya panchikriti kalpyate. Siddhanti. This is Siddhanti telling from here, Nanu. Purvapakshi says, no. We can do it otherwise also. तस्य अन्यथा अपि उपपत्तेः सूक्ष्माणामपि परमाणूनां व्यवहार्यत्वात्. Akash and Vayu, let them be in Parmanu Rupa. And Parmanu, in the Parmanu form, we can do some Vyavahara. Why, for the sake of Vyavahara, you need their Panchikaranam? Then Siddhanti will say, but Parmanu does not have Pratyaksha Vyavahara. Parmanu cannot be seen through eyes, etc. Tesham Parmanunam Pratyaksha Vyavaharo Nasti. Iti chet, से तदिहापि तुल्यम वायु आकाशयो हो अप्रत्यक्षत्वात्. Purva Pakshi says Vayu and Akash also apratyaksh. Apratyaksh means eyes cannot see Akasha and Vayu because Rupa is not there. Ato na Panchikarana upalakshane pramanam iti. Therefore, in Panchikarana upalakshana there is no pramanam. Na Panchikarana upalakshane pramanam iti. किम एतच्चोद्यम भूतत्रय सर्ग श्रुतेर भूत पंचक सर्ग उपलक्षणत्वम अनंगीकुर्वत उत अंगीकुर्वत इति विकल्प्य. Now vikalpa is created. Siddhanti is saying this, what you are saying, etacchodyam, means this kind of shanka that you have raised, bhutatraya sarga shrutehe bhuta panchaka sarga upalakshanatvam anangi kurvatah uta angi kurvatah. Are you saying these three mahabhuta, their creation is upalakshana for panchamahabhuta, or it is not upalakshana for panchamahabhuta? So first vikalpa is not upalakshana, second vikalpa is upalakshana. Are you saying these three mahabhuta srishti is upalakshana for five or not upalakshana for five? So at other way, not upalakshana for five or upalakshana for five, in this way. Anangi kurvatah uta angi kurvatah. Not accepting upalakshanam or accepting upalakshanam. Iti vikalpya वाक्यैक वाक्यता सकल सर्ग प्रतिपादक श्रुतीनाम ब्रह्मणि समन्वय अभाव प्रसंगात न आद्य इत्याह. सिद्धांति is answering now. This is another important concept, वाक्यैक वाक्यता. In Mimamsa, it is used. So these acharyas, because they are all traditional acharyas, their points of discussion will have all the traditional concepts. What is Vakyeka Vakyata? Let us say in Mimamsa, in Veda, Mimamsa means in Veda, there is a story that there was a war between Devata and Asura. And Devatas wanted to go and fight with Asuras. But they had lot of jewelries, etc. So you don't want to wear everything when you go for war. So they took everything and gave it to Agni. Then they went for war. Now when you put anything in Agni, everything gets melted. And then war happened, Asuras got defeated, Devatas came back. Then they asked Agni, give whatever we gave you. Agni did not respond, but Agni cried. Tears came out. From that tears, silver was born. This is the story. Now when we hear, so we say, what is the use of all this in Veda? Why discuss all this? So then all this is a big description. The result of all this is one sentence. What is that? That in a yaga, Barhishi it is called. Barhishi rajatam na deyam. You should not give silver in the charity in yaga. So the entire thing is concluded in one sentence. Not, you don't have to worry about how did Devata fight with Asura and what how long did the war, and somebody will ask, where did it actually happen? Was it in India or in Swarga or in Naraka? Where did the war happen? That is not prayojanam of this discussion. Somebody was asking this Indra and Vritrasura Yuddha, which is given in Bhagavatam, where did it happen? So prayojanam is not for that. Prayojanam is to show that Vritrasur was also Bhagavad Bhakta, but had Asura Sharira. And Indra, when he killed him, had Papa. And to kill him, no other weapon was powerful enough. Therefore, this Tapasvi Sharira, his bones were taken and Vajra was created. So those things are more important. Instead of asking where did the war happen, actually I want to know, because there are people, they are more interested in all these historical facts and geographical, where it happened and what did they do at night. All these ideas. So Vakya Eka Vakyata. This entire thing has to be connected in one sentence with the yaga, which is what is being discussed. So Eka, this has to join with that one thing. So here also, three Mahabhuta in Chandogya and Panchamahabhuta in Taittiriya, they will have to be Ekavakya. Vakyaika Vakyata should be there. Sakala Sarga Pratipadaka Shrutina. All Shrutis, wherever they talk about creation, their Ekavakyata should be understood. In other words, this is also discussed in Brahma Sutra. If it is said in Chandogya, Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asi. And in Taittiriya, if it is said, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Tasmad Vaya Tasmad Atmana Akasha Sambhuta. So from that Brahma, from this Atma, creation came. And in Aitareya Upanishad, it is said, Atma alone was there in the beginning. From Atma comes creation. And in Chandogya Saptama Adhyaya, it is referred as Bhuma. So now creation is from Sat or Atma or Brahma or Bhuma. So Vakyaika Vakyata. It is one. Names could be different. Sakala Sarga Pratipadaka Shrutinam Brahmani Samanvaya. This is how it should be. If you don't do, then Samanvaya Abhav Prasangat. If you don't think in this way, then this Samanvaya, putting everything together, will not be there. Samanvaya Abhav. Prasangat. And therefore, first Vikalpa is not true. Na Adya. Anangi Kurvataha Upalakshanatvam Anangi Kurvata is not true. Na. Dvitiyam Dushayati. If you take Upalakshanam, then what will happen? Chandogya iti. It is not Upalakshanam because Chandogya also has Vivaksha of Panchamahabhuta. So it is not that what is not said we have to take. We are taking Akash and Vayu, which are indirectly said anyway. In Chandogya also. Dvitiyam Dushayati Chandogya iti. Parisankhyaarthatva iti. Parisankhyaarthatve. Now, Panini Sutra is given. Apapari varjane iti sutrat. Parisankhya. How to understand Parisankhya? Pari is for varjanam. Apa and Pari, they both are varjanam. Varjanam means leaving aside, disregarding. It is in the meaning of varjana. So Parisankhya, when we say, Pari means negating. Sankhya means jnanam. Parisankhya means nishedhatmaka jnanam. It is a knowledge where there is negation. Parisankhyeti giyate. There is a shloka also. Utpatti vidhi, niyama vidhi and parisankhya vidhi. So that parisankhya vidhi means nishedhatmaka jnana. Like when it is said, satyam vada, means what? Satyam vada does not mean you go everywhere and go on talking about satyam. But when the opportunity is there, don't speak untruth. Anrutam ma vada. This is parisankhya vidhi. Satyam vada means anrutam ma vada. But if somebody is not asking you and still you go and say, let me tell you actually what happened, and then you will disturb that person or the whole setup, whatever it is. So then if you are not asked, don't say. If you have to speak where you are asked to speak, then don't speak untruth. This is parisankhya vidhi. So here parisankhya means nishedhatmaka jnana. अपपरिवर्जने इति सूत्रात् पंचीकरण निवृत्त्यर्थत्व इत्यर्थः. By this sutra, panchikaran nivritti, nivritti means elimination, panchikaran nivritti might happen, and that will be prakarana virodha. Therefore you have to accept it. And in panchikarana there is no pramana is also not true. Na panchikarane pramana abhavaha. There is pramana. What is that? व्यवहार अन्यथा अनुपपत्तेः एव प्रमाणत्वात्. What is the pramana? Otherwise vyavahar will not happen. Akasha is where everything is. So panchikaranam you will have to accept, and we are able to do vyavahar with sthula akasha and sthula vayu. Sparshadi is there, vayu we can experience. So what about parmanu only? Nacha parmanu vyavaharavat tasya vyavahara syat iti vachyam. Like parmanu vyavahara akasha vayu ho vyavahara na syat. You cannot have akasha vayu vyavahara just like parmanu vyavahara. Why? Because such expressions are there. He gives sthulo vayuhu vyaptam nabha iti vyavaharasya tad vilakshanatvat. Sthula vayu means the air is blowing, I feel hot air, cold air, etc. And nabha vyaptam, sky is filled with clouds, let us say, or colors, or birds also. When there are so many birds, sky is filled with birds. So we are referring to sthula aspect of akasha also. Iti vyavaharasya tad vilakshanatvat. Tad vilakshana means parmanu vyavahara vilakshanatvat. नभो नभस्वतो हो भूतांतर अनुप्रवेशे रूपादिमत्तया उपलंब प्रसंग इति चेत. नभ means आकाश, नभस्वतः vayu. In them bhutantar anupraveshe, if the other bhutas come, then rupadi mattaya upalambha prasangat, they will have rupa, but they don't have rupa. Then Siddhanti says, if this is your objection, tarhi trivrit karna pakshe ap tejasoho gandhavattaya upalambha prasanga. Gandha belongs to Prithvi, but in fire also you will have smell. In water also you will have smell. Why? If you are saying Rupa will come in Akasha and Vayu, which belongs to other elements, then Gandha also will come in all. But Gandha is always considered belonging to Prithvi only. Even in water, if there is smell, the Gandha aspect is from Prithvi. So there is no Sankarya there. Iti Tulyam. 2-3 lines are there, but we will have to do it in the next session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Vibhagine Vyoma Vyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.